guys, Mr. B here. Hope you guys are doing good and welcome back to another YouTube video. And today, as you can see, I'm alone. My wife is not here today. She's actually at work, so I'm off. So I decided to just handle it, just put it on lockdown. But yeah, please do subscribe, share with your friends and family. Yeah, man, help us grow. The likes help us with the algorithms. Just do it. As you can see, I'm not really good at this because I'm not really used to this whole setup. My wife is the one who normally does it, but the work must soldier on. So as you can see, today we have to react to a video that I think the guy's name is Andile. I just don't know his surname. And I want us to listen to his views concerning relationships. And I want to share my thoughts on what is really concerning about what he's just said, right? And this is what a lot of people do in order to, this is how a lot of people actually fall into a trap. If they meet someone who speaks the way that he speaks, right? People who are really slight-tongued and act as if they're putting things in a nice way, but they're really not helping. They're really not helping because yeah, anyways, let's just get into the video and react to it, and I'll tell you what my thoughts are on the video. So here we go.
You know, I look for, I think all women should do that and all men should do that. I think you
Entertain
should,
more than one person.
yeah, you should do
What?
that. You should speak to a person and have dinner, speak to a person and have dinner. And here's my thing with women. We always get to a point when I'm seeing people where they ask me, hey, what's going on? What are we doing? And I say, if you need to ask me that, then you're not the one. Then we're not doing anything. Because I believe this is how
Okay, stop there. He says if you have to ask him what are we doing, then you're not the one. This kind of a person is really bad for you solely because they don't want to define the relationship, right? And this is what a lot of women fall into traps for. The guy who doesn't want to define things. Remember, you are the one who he's going to use. He's going to sleep with you, and once it's done, and just discard you like that. So you need to always protect yourselves. The Bible says, guard your hearts. So you need to make sure that you guard your heart. What this guy is doing is basically saying, don't ask me what we're doing. If you do ask me what we're doing, then the relationship is over. It means that our relationship is not organic. That is not true. Remember, you have to ask someone. I believe that the moment someone comes to you and asks you out, ask that person from the get-go, what is your intention? What is your plan? The Bible says where there is no vision, people perish. So imagine you date someone who has this mentality that says, don't ask me anything, let's just vibe. That's what a lot of people do these days. They just vibe. They want to just do things and without any consequence, without labeling it. Hey, when someone asks you out for the first time, ask them what their intentions are. That is how you will know whether this person is good for you or not. If someone is going to say, no, we're just vibing, don't ask me, you're not the one, then let it be. Then they're not the one. Right? So don't get trapped into listening to this kind of a person, right? Anyway, let's continue.
organic I like relationships to be.
Right.
When I meet you, I can't assume that you're sitting there hanging on a tree waiting for me. You know? I know that there are people that, for the same things that I saw in you, I can imagine many more see
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like
so
a
there's
peach. You don't find the fresh ones on the floor.
no
You gotta
dog.
pick it off the tree.
So I wanted to be, yes, I'm talking to people until you're the only person I'm speaking to. Yes, I'm kissing other people until you're the only person I'm kissing. When my phone rings, normally it's, who is it? Now I want to turn it up and say, I hope it's you. That's the progression of relationships.
Right.
I chill with you until chilling with other people doesn't make sense anymore.
Right.
Okay, I had to pause that for a minute. Did you hear what he just said? He just said he wants to date as many people as that is the problem. He wants to date as many people as he can until he feels like the other it doesn't make sense anymore for him to see or speak to other people. Then the question is, what if you're not the one? then you've just wasted your time. You've just given them what is precious, only for that person to, at the end, say, you're not the one. Women need to be careful of guys who think like this, because guys who think like this give off a narcissistic vibe, you know? So you need to be careful about guys who think like this. That is why I always tell people, always ask them what your intention is. This guy is putting it in a nice way. It's like if you wrap up doo doo and you wrap it up and you know you put a bow in it. At the end of the day, it's still doo doo. What this guy is talking about, it's just doo doo. I'm not even gonna lie. Don't fall into this trap. Always ask what your intention is. Always ask, and remember, don't be afraid to be alone. If Don't be afraid to be alone if it doesn't work out. Just wait. Wait patiently for the right person. If a guy comes to you speaking like this and feels like, it has to happen organically, then that person has never been in a relationship or in anything, because you know that in any given relationship, you need to put in the work. You need to put in work for it to work. It doesn't just happen automatically. It's like our relationship with God. If you have a relationship with God, you need to speak to him on a daily, so that you guys can get closer, so that your relationship with God can get closer. God said about Abraham, should I when God was destroying Sodom and Gomorrah, he was basically contemplating, should I destroy Sodom and Gomorrah and not tell my friend Abraham what I'm about to do? So Abraham became a friend of God solely because he built that relationship with God. Don't listen to people. I remember I was watching another prophet who says you don't build a relationship with your kids. Your kids don't build a relationship with you. You build a relationship with your kids. If that were true, so many relationships and homes wouldn't be broken. A relationship is both ways. The Bible says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So here we have God who initiates the relationship, and then on the other side we have men who has to accept that love that God has granted us or has given to man. So that's how a relationship works. So this guy, what he's saying is, he's saying that things have to happen organically. No, they don't. You work at it. You need to work on a relationship. Things don't just turn out to be randy dandy and they are fine just by you saying, no, let's just go with the flow. No, where there's no vision, people perish. Be careful with guys who speak like this. Let's continue.
I talk to you all night on the phone. When others are calling, it just doesn't make sense for me to pick that up anymore because I'm talking to you. Do you know what I mean? I go on dates with everybody, but now when I'm on dates with others, it just doesn't make sense anymore.
It's not
That's
the
how I
same.
end. Yeah, that's how I end
Yeah,
up with you. And
yeah.
one day, this is romanticized Andile now, who thinks The Notebook is the best book ever written. We walking in a mall, I bump into Spare, and we've been chilling for a while. And I say, "Oh, Spare, this is my girlfriend." And she looks at me, and I look at her, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I can't believe
I
that's where
said
we
that.
are."
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That should be the organic nature of.
He belongs to the streets. This guy is basically saying that, I mean, generally speaking, no one wants to be with someone who is not exclusive. You want that person to be yours and no one else. So this guy is saying that you need to be okay with with sharing me with other people until I decide, or until I feel, you know what, you are worth my exclusivity. So you need to, he's basically making you earn it by putting you through the mud and putting you through hoops and making you jump through all of these things. Ladies, be careful. You guys are the ones who have a lot to lose in terms of such things. You are the ones who get pregnant. Imagine having a baby with a guy who thinks like this. What is going to become of you? Imagine having a baby with a guy who thinks like this, who wants to, be on the streets and jumping on every girl that he can until he feels like. That's if he ever feels like that. So yeah, let's no.
At the same time, I don't believe in falling for someone. You know how we use that so loosely?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm falling for. Nothing that falls is good. When you fall, it's not good. When something falls from a tree, they don't pick the ones on the floor because nothing that falls is good.
Damn.
From now on,
Damn.
let's stop falling in love and let's start growing in love.
Why can't you do both? Why can't you fall in love and grow in love? Why can't you do both? So you see what he's doing? He's using wordings that will appeal to you, that will make you feel like, oh man, this man is dropping bars, straight doo-doo. But this guy is speaking straight nonsense from the pit of hell. Do not even listen to what this guy is saying. I think that you guys need to be extra careful. You guys need to be extra. Okay, here comes my wife. She's gonna open the door and disturb me right now. But yeah, you guys need to be extra careful about the man that you guys date. And she's gonna do the editing, by the way, because I'm doing all the work. Why can't you just fall in love and grow in love? It's possible to do both. So such things, be careful of things that are guys are trying to word them in a nice way so that he can get you to fall in love and eventually leave you. This is how people get left. This is how people get played with, and this is how people get left. So, ladies, be extra careful of such guys who speak like this. And uh, listen, I've had, I don't know if you have seen a mango tree where mangoes have fallen down. We've picked them up and had them. So, there's nothing wrong with this guy is just using wordings to play around with your guys' minds, you know. So, don't fall for such a thing.
Spoke about it. It means we're cognizant of the decisions and
Right.
the actions that we're taking. It means we have common goals.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It means we know where we're going and we actively, a full sense,
Yeah.
and not in a weary state of, falling
No.
and yeah,
It's
no.
very intentional.
We intentionally know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So let's grow in love and not fall in love.
I
Because
pray to God my daughter never.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. You can be intentional about things that should be growing, about things that should be, you know, just like that. So you guys need to be extra careful on dating guys who like to word things in a way that is literally dangerous for us. um, be careful because guys who speak like this have a silver tongue. They play with you guys. There's nothing wrong with him with you asking a guy that you're like, hey, why? What is your intention with me? Where do you see us in 5 years? What is your plan? These are all credible questions that you should ask a person. So if you just want to let things be organic, as he says, you are going to fall for the trap where you are going to fall for a narcissist, which this guy sounds like it. Stay away from guys who speak like that. That is not a healthy thing to even, you know, say. So there's nothing wrong with asking for details because this is your life and you need to be extra careful. The Bible says guard your heart. So guard your heart and be careful who you let in your heart. Both men and women, we need to be extra careful. So such a guy is quite a dangerous thing. So that's my take on this thing, and I pray that I also help someone out. Um, People who word things in a funny way, and such guys normally just want one thing, and we all know what they want. He basically wants to give the illusion that the market is open. When the market is closed, the market is closed. You know, this is a sole ownership. So this guy just wants to have his arms in every part and in everyone. So this is my advice to you. Be careful with two guys who speak like this. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do subscribe, like the video, share, and I will be doing I don't know how many part series. I feel like as I was praying, I feel like I should be doing a part series on the book of Revelations, just to talk about the rapture and all those things. I don't know how long I'm going to make it. I'm not going to make it too long, but I hope you guys like it. And I want to talk about the times that we're in. I'm not sure if my wife is going to join me because, she's been, quite busy lately. But yeah, man, I hope please do like and subscribe, share the video. And this is where we end it. Peace.